Hello angels. Today I want to dive into a question I get asked time and time again, and it still baffles me that I get asked this, but it's a very important one to answer. That is it too late for me to start manifesting? Maybe you're in your late 30s or late 40s or even further on and you think, is it even worth it to start all this now? Is it really the right time, or have I missed my opportunity? Have I missed my shot at really creating the life that I desire for myself? Now, if that question has been on your mind, then great, because I created this video to prove to you why it's never too late to start manifesting. Why it might actually go in your benefit that you are further along in your timeline. Just think of this as your personal pep talk, because I know someone out there needs to hear this. So if you're ready, grab yourself a cozy drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into how right now is the best time for you to start manifesting, despite whatever age you're at. And what I mean by best time is that there's a reason you're picking this up now. There's a reason the universe waited for you to get to this point in your timeline for you to figure this out. So let's start with this biggest misconception, that for some reason there's an age limit on manifesting the life you desire for yourself. There is absolutely no expiration date on you living a life that authentically feels fulfilling to you. Because manifestation is literally just the art of aligning yourself to what you desire for yourself. And that is absolutely something you could do at any stage of your life. And the really beautiful thing about manifestation is it does not require you to be a certain age or have certain physical abilities. It's all about mindset, energy, and intention. All things that you have access to at any given age. And just think about how much life experience you have, how much wisdom you hold, and how much clarity on who you are and what you want out of life that you now have at this age that you didn't when you were younger. Which you can absolutely use to your advantage in this, because I promise you, every single moment is a chance to hit the reset button and move forward in a completely different direction. And imagine finally giving yourself that permission to say, yes, I am going after the life that I authentically desire for myself, because it's about goddamn time. How long has it really been since you gave yourself that permission? How long has it been since you put yourself first? Essentially, the best time to always start manifesting is right now, because each moment you wait to prolong that is a moment that you take away from that version of you, that version of your reality. And that's actually a choice you're choosing to make. You're choosing to stay in this life, whether it feels fulfilling or not, whether you're satisfied with it or not, when you know you can be choosing a life that actually authentically aligns to you. Because imagine what you could create in a few weeks, in a few months, or even a few years if you started today with whatever tools or resources you have. The sooner you start, the sooner you're going to see the results. And if you stay consistent with it, you are guaranteed results. Now, let me just touch upon permission, because I feel like each one of us in our own singular way have struggled with this ourselves. And in today's society, it's hard not to, because often we feel like we need someone else's validation or permission or thumbs up to the idea or their approval to just go after something that we know we want for ourselves. But that's absolutely crap. The only permission you actually need is your own. And if you're seeking all that permission from outside of you, that just shows you're not trusting yourself. There is uncertainty within you. Why? Is it the inner critic that's telling you've reached a certain age, so it's off limits for you? Is it your body trying to keep you in that comfort zone where it's familiar, where it's prepared on how to handle it? Because wherever you are in life right now, you have a choice. You have the choice to choose again. Because when you give yourself permission, you automatically allow yourself to step into the higher version of you. The version of you that knows abundance is easily accessed when you decide so. Who knows you're worthy of love, of joy, of health, of success. And just by doing that, you actually start to align yourself to a frequency that is actually going to allow more of that to come into your existence. Because manifestation is never waiting for life to give you the permission. It's never waiting for something to show up for you to feel a certain way. It's about having the courage to say to yourself, I am ready for this. I am going to make this happen, and I'm going to go after the life that I authentically want for myself. Because we all need to be reminded how fleeting life can be. You can be here today and gone tomorrow. Every single one of us has this invisible timer above our head, and not one of us knows how long we have left. And the sad part is, if you were able to see how much time you had left, I guarantee you the way you would move would absolutely change. The risks you go on to take would absolutely change. Because when you bring that to the forefront of your brain, you realize how small this fear is of taking a next step really is in the bigger picture of things. You're going to realize how small it was to limit ourselves to what we can really achieve. And you'll probably realize that you limiting yourself to keep yourself safe wasn't worth it. By the by, I'm saying that we would all live completely differently if we were aware of how long we have left here. Now, this may be a personal opinion, but I think life is goddamn too precious, and the time that we have here is too short to be spending it wasting our energy and our time and our lives being what other people expect us to be, or holding ourselves back because of the what ifs and the shoulds. You owe it to yourself to live a life that is true to you. And living authentically is not a one size fits all. It's different for every single one of us. For some, it may be traveling the world your whole life. And for others, it might just be to come home to a family every night. So none of that really matters unless you feel like it is authentically what you seek in this life. When you start living for you and when you start manifesting the things that you actually want in your life, when you start going after the things that you have put on hold for way too long, not only are you handing yourself that gift of that life for yourself, you're inspiring others that they can do it too. You are showing them that it is absolutely possible, that going for your dreams and living the life you want does not have an age restriction. You're showing them that it's possible, that you can choose again at any given point. Now let's flip the question. Why would you not start manifesting now? Do you really want to go through your life without ever giving yourself that chance? The chance to take the leap, to take the risk, to see where you can go, to see what you can really do with your time here? Because if you reached 80 years old and you were looking back on your life, would you regret it if you never did? Think of that version of you, the 80-year-old version of you. Imagine they were sat down next to you right now. What would they tell you to do? Because that's the only advice you should ever really listen to. What would they tell you to do about this? What would they tell you to do about your problems? What would they tell you to do about the fear, about whatever's holding you back? Because I'm willing to bet everything on it that they would tell you to just go for it. Take the goddamn chance on yourself. Because I can't stress this enough. One of the most common regrets of the dying is not living a life authentically to them. They never gave themselves the chance to pursue what they wanted. They never took the risks. They never just said, fuck it, I'll figure it out along the way. Let's not make that your story too. Don't do that to yourself. And at least all, do not do that to that inner child version of you who thought everything in the world was possible for them, who had no fear or limitations placed on them before the world got their grubby hands on you. That's who you should be doing it for. I want to get really real here. If you're feeling like you're too old to start again, that is not some universal truth. It is simply a thought that you've had enough times that it's become a belief. And that belief is going to have you standing still for way too long. But when you break it down, a belief is literally just a thought that you've had over and over again. But it's not fact. It doesn't have to stay. You can absolutely prove it wrong. You believed Santa was real, the tooth fairy was real, but then you were proved wrong. I'm asking you to prove yourself wrong. You have the power to rewire your mind. You have the power to rewire your entire belief system if you want to. If you start telling yourself that right now is the perfect time to begin, then you're going to start believing it too. They say the best time to start anything was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Let's reframe it for a second. How freaking exciting is it for you to be able to enter a whole new era of your life? One that is solely based upon what you really want out of life. Just imagine how empowering that will be to do that this time round with all those years of wisdom, all that life experience, all the resilience, all the challenges and blocks that you have already overcame in life, and the clarity on who you are and what you actually find important in this life. Now, I know you didn't have that at the age of 19 or 25, because the thing is, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting with your lifetime of knowledge. And like I said, when you do that for yourself and you step into that era for yourself, you not only do it for yourself, you are inspiring people around you without even being aware of it. You are telling those people who have convinced themselves it's too late for them that actually they can go on and do it because you have just shown them it's possible. You are literally showing them that life doesn't need to automatically stop being beautiful and purposeful and thrilling and enriching at a certain age. Just because you're not 20 anymore. No matter where you are in life, it is never too late for you to give yourself the life you desire. Your journey with all its ups and downs has literally prepared you for this moment. There is a reason you are at this point in your timeline where now you're investing into manifestation, into your mindset and into your energy. There is a purpose for it all. You have new insight, new strengths, new triumphs, and a whole lot of resilience you wouldn't have had 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago. The more life you've lived, the more clearer you are on what actually matters to you. And I just think this life is too goddamn precious to half-ass it. And I read this book, and I don't know if I'm going to get the title absolutely correct, but it was The Most Common Regrets of the Dying. And it absolutely blew my mind, because these are people who are dying at all different ages, who will never get the chance to truly live out a life that they desired for themselves, that felt authentic to them. But you have the chance right now. You have the chance to start start again, you have the chance to really hone in on what it is that's gonna make you happy in this life. You deserve that. You owe that to yourself. You don't get to the end of this run and get a medal for being what you think everyone else expected of you, or what you should have been to someone else. Anyway, I hope I was able to give you some insight into why you should absolutely go after what you want and never postpone that for yourself. I know that was more of a pep talk, but I hope you gained some value from it, because I really do believe that it is within all of our birthright to have the life that we want for ourselves. And I do feel very strongly about that. And you deserve that. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And I hope you have the most beautiful day. Okay, see you soon. Mwah!